What's up? What's up? What's up? Let me tell y'all, man. I want y'all to look at Yu Valentino. Look at that comment right there, man. All presidents, female or male, are puppets to a shadowy elite. Man, that ain't got nothing to do with the topic. I mean, it's something that we know. We know they're figureheads, but they ain't really got nothing to do with the topic. Salute, salute, man. I appreciate y'all being in the building. Great point, man. But I mean, that ain't what we're talking about. We're not finna take. We're not going that deep on who the president is and what it stands for and all of that. There's other channels for that. This ain't one of them. All right, man. So look, appreciate y'all being in the joint, man. Let's go ahead and get ready to do this thing, man. Royalty, what up with you, man? Easy does it. Represent that East, oh, man. Oakland, California. What up, man? Represent, man. Salute to you. Michelangelo, what up with you, man? I'm saying, back here, Big Mike got to say. Spiritual OG, what up with you, man? Again, you Valentino, salute, man. The Swarthy Wizard, what up, Kinfolk? Salute to you, man. Salute to you. That good brother right there, man. Keep tapping. What up, KT? Salute to you, man. King Will, what up? Ginseng, what up with you, man? Shout out, KG. James Coney, what up, man? True Life OG, what up with you, man? Good to see you in the joint. Let's go ahead and get ready to do this thing, man. I'm trying to get this thing right in front of me like it's supposed to be. That might be it right there. Salute, man. Salute, salute. Let's get it, people, man. A couple of minutes to get up in here, man. A couple of minutes. That's all. Darius Drums, what up, man? Salute to you. Aki Manolo, what up with you, man? Spiritual Alpha, what up with you, homies? Man, salute to Spiritual Alpha, man. That brother, one of the hardest working brothers I know, man. Salute to that brother right there, man. Bruce Ford, what up, Bruce? Salute to Bruce Ford, man. Salute to him. Man, that brother chopped it up, man, just the other day, man, on TikTok, man. Well, over the past couple of days, man. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you being in the joint. We just gonna take a dive on this one, man. Hey, y'all come in later, man. 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We got a phenomenal show, man. We gonna look at Game God Goldie, man. Very popular great content creator from TikTok, man. I'm not TikTok, but I follow him on IG, man. And he had this chick Selena Power on his show, and it went left. And she was able to do something that I haven't seen happen to her, man. She was able to pull him out of character, and we're gonna use that as a teachable moment, not a moment to rain down on young Gold, but we're gonna use that teachable moment to show you, man, that some of these things that we be dealing with shouldn't be dealt with. Pierre Jackson, what up, man? Salute to you, salute to you. Tony Snow, I see you, man. Black Suit, what up, what up, what up? Got a super chat in here right quick. Let's go ahead and get ready to do it. Darius Drum, salute to you, man. Appreciate you. I appreciate the game and knowledge you share. Salute to you, man. I appreciate the support. Appreciate the dime, man. Appreciate the dime. All right, man. Let's get ready to get on into this thing, man. What we got? We 343 in, man. Let's go ahead. So somebody sent me this clip, man, of Michelle Obama sitting down with Tracy Ellis Ross, and she was asking her about a run for president, and her response was typical of a Black American woman who figure out a way to blame the black man for whatever don't happen for her in her life. Now, this ain't a complaint. This just a fact. This is why I don't pay attention to what women say most of the time, because they never take accountability for themselves and they never try to understand the truth about what's going on in their life. They just turn around and blame it on some man, any man they can. So let's get ready to get into this thing, man. Salute, famo, salute, man, salute. Trey, salute. All right, so let's get into this thing, man. Here's what I want y'all to understand, man. We're going to take a deep dive into this thing, and y'all know we're going to clip it up. So let's go ahead and do this, man. But first, before we do that, y'all know what we got to do. If you want to be a part of this live chat, you know what to do, man. Go to the main channel page. Next to the subscribe button, you'll see a join button. It's got to be members only because the members pay for it, man. The members have spoken before. All right? So let's get it, man. Let's get it. So what we're going to do, we're going to dive into a series of clips. Well, I'm gonna play the first clip of the interview with her and little short clip of her with Tracy Ellis Ross, and then we're gonna put together some more of her clips to show the reasons why we can't, being of sound mind and body, ever consider voting for a woman to lead us, besides the fact that God didn't put a woman here to lead us. Let's cover that first. A woman was put here to be a helpmeet. See, what God says about a woman is your desire shall be to your husband, and he shall rule over you. So even if Michelle Obama was president, Barack is supposed to rule over her. And if she can't get in that position where she can be ruled over, then she's not serving her full purpose in life. Any woman that's not a helpmeet to a man is not serving her full purpose in life. She's living like a man. That's the first thing. Now, let's get into the crux of the matter. And hold up. Let me say this. This is not something where we tearing down women. And as men, we never say we don't need women in any way. We just need them in the capacity that we need them in. We don't need them in the capacity that they want to be needed in. They want to be needed the way we're needed. They want to be valued the way we're valued for the things we're valued for. Well, unfortunately for them, we don't value them for those things, but we do value them for certain things. But it ain't the type of thing they're going to put one of them in the White House. So let's get into this thing, man. One more super chat here, man, before we get into it. Darius Drum, salute, man. No, that's I already got that one. Spiritual Alpha, salute, man. Appreciate the 5 bones, man. Salute Doc and the Green Label Gang. Alpha sub betas down all day, man. Alpha sub betas down all day. All right, so let's get into this thing, man.
That impacts the room that we've made for a woman to be president?
Well, as we saw in this past election, sadly, we ain't ready. That's why I'm like, don't even look at me about running, because you all are lying. You're not ready for a woman. You are not. So don't waste my time. You know, we got a lot of growing up to do. And there's still, sadly, a lot of men who do not feel like they can be led by a woman, and we saw it. What was the question?
I just said, mm-hmm. We don't need to ask it again. You answered it.
So when you hear, the first thing you hear is, here's the former First Lady of the United States using shaming language. Sadly, we don't think, man, it ain't sad that we don't think a woman can lead us, man. We don't want no woman to lead us, man. Once you become a man and you leave from under the guidance and rulership of your mama, why in the world would you ever want another woman to rule you? Why would you ever want another woman to lead you? Where can a woman lead you as a man? Now, if you're a lazy man and you're not capitalizing on the gifts that God gave you and you're not focusing on your strengths and trying to become the best version of yourself, maybe a woman can motivate you to do that, but she can't lead you to do it. Maybe a woman can help you meet the requirement of focus and determination, but you still, as a man, got to go do the work. She can't lead you. So it has nothing to do with sadly. Why in the hell would I want a woman to lead me? Like, it's not even natural for a man to say, okay, woman, lead me. Now, you got simps like Charlemagne and Dame Dash, but let's be honest, man. Ain't too many men that respect Charlemagne and Dame Dash. Especially Charlemagne, man. Charlemagne don't get no respect from men. So when we talking about it, we have to just understand, as men, we shouldn't want, the same way women don't want men to lead them. You know, that's the crazy thing. Women don't really want men to be in positions of leadership over them anymore. They want to be in positions of leadership. So if you don't want men to lead you, why in the hell would I want a woman to lead me? Here's what y'all got to understand. A woman is going to have a female agenda, right? Her agenda is going to be female. If you believe that any woman in America will get in a position of power and do anything, not even just to benefit men, do anything that doesn't step on men, then you crazy. They live in a world where they still act like they fighting for equality. Well, you got the equality, but they keep saying they're fighting for equality. Dog, they fighting for domination. They don't want to be equal. They already equal in the areas they want to be equal in. Nobody can make a woman be in the house taking care of no kid. They still be talking about that shit. Nobody can make you stay in the house take care of no kid. Nobody can make you have no kids. Nobody can make you keep no kid if you get pregnant. Everything they do now that used to be done by force is done by choice. So the fight for equality, if we're talking about equal work, equal pay, well, if you ain't getting equal pay, it's because your work ain't equal. Maybe you're in an equal position, because you've been afforded the luxury of being in that position. But if my output is better than yours, you don't get to make what I make just because you're in the position. Your output needs to match mine. So the fight for equality is now a fight for domination. Man, women don't want to be in a position of leadership, like just to lead in a proper way. Man, women want to be in a position of domination. They want to dominate men. They want to be able to make up for all the things they had to go through with whatever man did it to them. It could be one man. It could be their dad. It could be their brother. It could be their boyfriend. It could be their husband. It could be their professor. It don't matter who it was. They want to be in a position of power to exact their revenge on men as a whole. So it doesn't make sense for a man to say, okay, I'm going to give this woman a chance and put her in a position of power. Let's take it away from leadership. We're not talking about a woman leading men. We're talking about a woman being in a position of power over men. Whatever, man, if Michelle Obama get in the White House, man, what you think she gonna do? All the time, man, guys been saying she ain't really a woman and all of that, man, and doing all that, talking about it, man, you never know what kind of laws that woman gonna try to have enacted, man. You don't know what she'll sign. And I'll be honest with you, Barack just don't strike me as the type of man who can tell Michelle what to do. And if you can't tell your woman what to do, you ain't got a woman. You got a man with a dress on, dog. Any man out here, if you can't tell your woman what to do, then you ain't got no woman. You got an opponent. You understand me? It don't make sense, bro, because you got to understand. When we talk about being in a situation, you got to remember, women want something for nothing. So I guarantee you, if Michelle Obama was running, her platform would be nothing but just stuff about women. Look what happened with Kamala. Whole platform about nothing but what's going to happen for women. Women this, women that, women this, women that. And I get it. That's why I don't think Obama was great in the position, because, man, he should have been all about black men. Boy, you put me in the White House. Put me in the White House and watch what happens. I'm going to have a whole bunch of gangsters around me. I ain't gonna need no Secret Service. My Secret Service gonna be Secret Service they gonna protect my gangster. My gangster gonna protect me. Man, that's really all it is. I want y'all to understand, man, that this isn't bad. It isn't good. It isn't true. Women aren't prepared to lead men because they still have too much anger and angst, and they have too much feelings of being disrespected by men to lead. They don't want to lead. They want to put their foot on your neck. That's what they want to do. And that's just real. They want to put their foot on your neck. And that's just it, man. It ain't a bad thing, ain't a good thing. It's just true. They feel like they owe you to put your foot on their neck. They don't want to be equal. They want you to do the things that they think their grandmamas and their great-grandmamas did. Listen, boy, if they could allot the money to science to make men be the one to get pregnant, women will have you be the one to get pregnant. They will have you be the one to have a menstrual cycle every month. These women don't want to be women that coexist with men. They want to be women who eliminate men so they could be the woman and the man. Let's be honest, bruh. Because we can say what we want to say, but, man, nobody in their right mind, man, could really say, man, Kamala Harris was a better candidate, man, than Trump. Oh, she wasn't. As a man, if you say that, man, you just pandering and catering. I'm just going to vote for her because she's a black woman because blah, blah, blah. Man, if you do that, man, you're a part of the Rainbow Coalition, man. Let's get back into this thing, man.
One of the things I say to people as they're thinking about picking a mate, you got to think about, like, a partner is a member of your basketball team.
Ooh, I like this.
It's like, if you were picking players to play on a team, you wouldn't just pick a shooter. Everybody has to be able to do it all.
Yeah.
Each person in a couple has to be able and willing to do it all.
Yep.
So you don't want to marry a man who's like, well, I don't cook. It's like, well, what happens if I can't cook?
Right.
How
How we gonna survive?
Yeah, you just don't do laundry. Life is so unpredictable and complicated. And then add in kids, right? If you're married to a man that doesn't do house chores and you've had given birth and you've had a cesarean and you can't be on your feet, or heaven forbid you have a difficult pregnancy and you come home and he can't do anything. He's never been grocery shopping, or if you're the woman and you can't balance the checkbook because you've left that to him. Life is too complicated for two partners not to be real equals in it, because you just don't know what's gonna come.
Yep.
The reality of the scenario is this, bro. There is no such thing as equals. There's no two people you could ever put in a room together and they're equals. Like this whole equals thing that we talking about. Come on, bro. That's old civil right. That's old civil rights verbiage. Well, we're just separate but equal. Hey, equality. There's no such thing as equality. Because for one thing, some of the things that you value, I'm not going to value them, and some of the things I value, you aren't going to value. There's no streamlined equality anywhere. But when you think about what she's saying, women always look at things from a cup half empty perspective. So when you hear a woman talking about if a man can't do this and a man can't do that, have you noticed that they always think about the worst possible man? Anytime a woman makes a comparison or an analogy that has anything to do with a man, they always talking about the worst possible man. Like what kind of man ain't never did no grocery shopping, dog? This ain't the 50s where the woman took care of all of that. And herein lies the problem with people who are out of touch, trying to speak for the populace. Because the reality is, Michelle Obama is out of touch. She don't really know what's going on out here. What we talking about? A woman who can't balance a checkbook. What world are we living in? We're not living in a world where women don't have their own accounts no more, man. That world is gone. But you have to exist on that platform of still fighting for equality. You have to exist on that platform of still being oppressed. You have to exist on that platform of still women's liberation. Man, if I'm talking to a woman, the first time she says something about, man, being a feminist, man, I just block her out. I block her out completely. Go, what you fighting for now? You already got everything that the feminists ever fought for. So what you fighting for now? Domination. And there's a bunch of men out here that'll listen to her and say, well, Michelle Obama says I should be doing everything. The problem is you got men out here that already pay all the bills. So the equality is gone right there. Here's a man that pay all the bills already. So then he got to come home and split the housework too? He got to come home and split the cooking? Why you got to split the cooking? Okay, if you have a cesarean and all of that, man, let's be realistic. Listen to the extremes that a woman has to go to make a point to make herself be equal to a man. She got to be having a cesarean and he got to cook, man. He ain't got to cook. Y'all can DoorDash every day. He never got to cook a meal at all. Y'all can DoorDash every day. If you can't, listen, if y'all can't afford the DoorDash, y'all probably shouldn't be having no baby. If things so bad that y'all can't hire some help around the house because you off your feet because you had a tough pregnancy or something, that man ain't got to do that. Because men, when we're single, we pay somebody to do all that shit. So if I got a woman and she down and out, I just pay somebody to do all of that. I don't have to do none of that. I don't have to do no laundry. I mean, I do my own laundry because I don't trust women, but I done had too many women mess up my laundry. But listen, I ain't got to do no laundry. I ain't got to do no cooking. I ain't got to do no cleaning. I ain't got to do none of that. I can hire somebody to do all of that until you get back on your feet. So when you think about the argument that women make, man, for their right to be in the position that men are in, or for their right to claim that they're equal or they have equal value, man, it's just not realistic. It's just not realistic. So let's get back into this thing, man.
Decision to skip the inauguration, what people don't realize, or my decision to make choices at the beginning of this year
that suited me were met with such ridicule and criticism. Like people couldn't believe that I was saying no for any other reason, that they had to assume that my marriage was falling apart.
Right.
You
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
it's like
Mhm.
while I'm here really trying to own my life and intentionally practice making the choice that was right for me, and it took everything in my power to not do the thing that was right or that was that was perceived as right, but do the thing that was right for me.
Mm-hmm.
That was a hard thing for me to do.
Mhm.
I had to basically trick myself out of it. And it started with not having anything to wear. I mean, I had affirmatively, because I'm always prepared for any
Right.
funeral, anything. I walk around with the right dress.
Here's the problem. Here's what really happened. People just assumed that it had to be something absolutely terrible for you not to show up to the inauguration. It was like, Obama's there. It just goes to show you, if you can't follow, you can't lead. Just because your husband was there, you should have had your ass there. If it wasn't then going on in your life where your best decision should be the decision to support your husband. And if you can't even do that, why would we trust you in a position of leadership? It's not going against your husband, ain't leadership. Following your husband shows that you know how to lead because you expect your followers to follow you when you lead. So yes, people thought that it had to be something major for you not to be there, but also think about this. What does it say about your respect for this country that you want to lead now? We're talking about a country you want to lead. We ain't talking about somebody that don't like America. We're talking about somebody who wants to lead the country. What does it say about your respect for the protocol that you wouldn't show up to the presidential inauguration? Now, let me tell you something. If Sarah Palin years ago, or I can't remember this chick's name, man. She's so irrelevant. Oh, Kamala Harris, if she had won and anybody hadn't shown up, if she had won and Michelle showed up and Barack didn't, he would got the same fallout. If Melania Trump had shown up and Donald Trump didn't, got the same fallout. So the bottom line is women get too emotional. She got in her feelings. She was mad that the woman didn't win. And she said, well, I'm going to show y'all I ain't going to go support. Hey, man, listen, if you can't get past your feelings, you don't need to be in a position of leadership. Feelings are bad for leadership. So I look at it, man, and I say, man, how can you trust that? I'd rather you be a complete a-hole than to be somebody that get trapped in your feelings and can't make proper decisions because you feel a certain way. I'm mad because y'all didn't vote that woman in, that supposed black woman. I ain't going to come support this. I don't want to be there. But your husband there. This whole show of solidarity, bro, let me tell you something, man. People can say whatever they want to say. And we're going to hear her say later about how she, the best thing that ever happened to her is Obama and all of that. But when it came time for her to show and prove, for her actions to show that she supported her husband move, man, she dropped the ball. And she did it intentionally in front of where the biggest audience would be. Like, everybody wanted to see who would be at the inauguration. Like, everybody watched. I don't. But everybody watched the presidential inauguration. You know what I mean? When you look at it, man, you got to ask yourself. Now, it's different. If Barack didn't show and she didn't show, but her not showing and he showed is the same thing as him not showing and her showing up without him. These women don't want to be in a position of leadership. They want to be in a position of domination. She wants to be in a position of domination. And then you could do about it, and then you could say about it. It's just the reality. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to be honest with you. If I'm going to the ends of the earth, my bro going with me. If you tell me the earth flat and I'm sailing to the edge of the earth, we going to get to the edge and we get there and we see that thing flat for real. Man, she gonna go ahead, man, pull that dress up, pull them pants to the side. We gonna go ahead and get us in one more time before we fall off the edge of the earth. And she gonna fall off saying, I love you, Big Dean, 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 Dean. That's how it's gonna happen. But when you look at it and you remember, we always said to ourselves, now, in order to be a leader, first you have to learn to be a follower. Whether it don't apply to her? Hell yeah, it applies to her. It applies to them just like it applies to us. Because guess what? They were put here to follow. Your desire shall be to your husband, and he shall rule over you. Rule over thee, if you want to get straight to the T. I'm telling y'all, man, we have to stop allowing this society to press us into being walking mats for women because of what they've gone through or what women who before them went through. Let me tell you something, bro. I don't have no sympathy for no modern woman who trying to claim she affected by what happened to women 100 years ago. 100 years ago, life was totally different. You don't get to claim none of that. You don't get to claim none of that feminism. You don't get to claim that you march nowhere. You don't get to claim nothing. Period. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Your life is phenomenal now. Your life is what those women were fighting for. So what you fighting for? What I tell y'all, it ain't never enough for a woman, man. It ain't enough for Michelle Obama to be the first lady. She want Barack Obama to be the first man. It ain't enough for a woman, man. You give her an inch, she want 2 inches. You give her 2 inches, she want 3. You give her a driver license, man, she want to go fly SpaceX, homie. I'm telling y'all what's real, man. Women have always been this way. It's not just now, but nothing is ever enough. And at a certain point as men, we had to look at the reality of things and say, man, listen, bro. Man, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I know a lot of men. If Kamala Harris would have won, man, they were going to lead the country anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be honest with you. If you ain't situated to lead the country right now, man, you better be situated within the next 4, we know, but by the time the next election, man, you better be situated by then. Because at some point, that's what it's going to turn into. And I promise you, once the first female president get off, then your governor going to be a female. Some governors already are. So once your governor, your mayor, and the president is, man, you might well flee. It gonna turn into Amazon jungle, man. It's gonna turn into where Wonder Woman is. You know what I mean? And I don't care. I don't care if a woman's in position of leadership. I just don't want that shit to be over me. Because I know deep down inside, for the most part, all Black American women hate Black men. Even the ones who be pandering online, they hate Black men. I'm telling you. You hear it too much. You hear it enough to believe it. You understand me? All right, let's get back into this thing.
Well, one thing I always want young people when I talk to them to avoid is being so afraid of failing and living life that they don't even try. And when I think about my girls, in this no new friends concept and trying to contradict that, it's like you can't live life afraid of making friends because something could go wrong.
Mhm.
That makes life not worth living. It's just, you can't live in the fear of somebody hurting you because you lose out on all the possibilities of wonderful people. You shut yourself off and you don't let anybody in. I would want Alicia to understand that. You have to practice making friends, which means you're going to have to make some mistakes because guess what? Having friends, having people is worth the risk.
Yes.
It is way worth the risk. I would take $1 million, you hurt my feelings, you disappointed me, to find the one gem
Mhm.
that you will find if you keep really building and knowing yourself.
Yeah.
Those gems of friendships, to me, it's worth the hurt and disappointment. People will hurt and disappoint you. Your
Yeah.
own family will hurt and disappoint you. There are times when you two hurt and disappointed each
yeah.
other.
Definitely.
That's a part of the process.
Now, I want y'all to understand something. That is what I mean when I say women are too emotional and they got that kumbaya mentality. See, there's a difference. Men, we don't seek out friends. We seek out allies. Allies don't disappoint you like friends. Allies have already proven to have a vested interest in what you have a vested interest in. So allies and friends are not the same things. Friends, that's an emotional connection. Allies is a connection on other things that may eventually develop into an emotional friendship. But we seek out allies. Why? Because it takes allies to get shit done. Friends can just be around. Friends don't have to be nothing. They literally can just be people that hang around. You look at all these athletes and entertainers that got all these clowns around them that don't do nothing. Them they friends. But then you look at everybody who got somebody that's functional in their career, that's making moves to help them build. That's an ally. Allies fight for the same cause. Friends just come around. Friends are just people that you hang on to for emotional connection. And here's the thing: as men who are connected to God, the more spiritually you are connected to God, the less emotional connection you need to have with people. Friendship is an emotional attachment if it just festers as an emotional connection. Now, you could build a friendship on top of, commonalities, or fighting for the same cause, or trying to improve an environment, or trying to build something, or trying to create a business, or it can be a bunch of things. They don't even have to be financial. But this emotional connection that she's talking about, that's type of shit that get your country taken over by your enemies. You know what I mean? Because trying to be kumbaya, the best you could get from a man is we could be diplomatic. I can be diplomatic, but I ain't trying to be friendly. I don't want to be friendly. I'm not built to be friendly. I'm not required to be friendly, but I can be diplomatic. You understand? And the thing is, this is one of the differences between being able to be in a position of leadership or being in a position of power. And being president of the United States is not a position of leadership. It's a position of power. There are several others in the position of leadership on the presidential cabinet. There are several others in the position of leadership on the state government levels, on the local government levels. There are levels of leadership that affect you definitely way before what the president does, or any of that. So I want you to understand, we're not talking about position of leadership. We're talking about position of power. They try to act like it's a position of leadership, but it's a position of power. They often call that the most powerful position in the country, in the world. And I just want y'all to understand, power and leadership are two different things. Yes, you can lead with power, but you can also destroy everything with power. And that's what I want people to understand. Like, we're talking about a totally different ball game here, where we're not talking about being kumbaya and being friendly with everybody and going out and this emotional hurt and all of that. That's a part of it, man. We men, we don't function like that. And we don't need nobody who function like that, man, trying to go out here and roll with these enemies. So what we're talking about, man, you need an ally. You don't need a friend. Allies. And I get it, man. She's talking about her girls. Yes, send some girls out there, man. Let them be all kumbaya and emotional and all that. They have that makeup. We don't. You know how hard you got to fight as a man to be emotional? You got to fight like hell to be emotional like that as a man. You know what I mean? It take a lot to be emotional like that as a man. Hell of a lot. So let's get back into this thing, man.
Building of relationships, the building part is important. And in this world where we want everything quick and fast and permanent, I overemphasize the hard work of building in a relationship that leads to lasting, meaningful love. It is work.
Yes.
It is not instant. It is not perfect. And I think we have a lot of romanticizers out
Yeah.
there who, believe that a good marriage is always happy.
Now, it's funny that, you hear the term romanticizer. See, what you got to think about is this. One of the ways that women romanticize is that they believe being a woman is enough. That all she got to do is show up and be a woman. Well, let me ask you this. What history has Kamala Harris, has Sarah Palin, has Michelle Obama shown to be able to lead? You might say Sarah Palin was the governor of Alaska. Now we're talking about Alaska. Least populated state in the United States, man. By far, it ain't even close. So ain't even hardly no people there. She the governor over bears and moose and wolves, man. She the governor over the salmon run. She was. So what we talking about, bruh? We ain't talking about nothing. We talking about when you want to build a reputation, it takes time. You got to build it over time. That's why they went back and dug up Obama history. You got to dig it. You got to do it over time. People may say, man, well, Trump don't have no political history, but he got a business history. And America is a business first. Before it's the home of the free and the land of the brave, is the land, or the land of the free and the home of the brave, it is a business. It's a commercial entity with several partners vested in its success or failure. And so we just live in a world where one believes, okay, but I'm a woman. It's time for me to be in office. Why? Why? When you look around and you hear what women are saying, man, in public, on social media especially, which everybody want to rely on, when you look at what women are saying on social media at all, man, women are confused, man. Women are emotionally distraught. They're emotionally jacked up. They're psychologically scarred. And just like she was saying earlier about the inauguration, man, this woman is way up in years. This woman in her 60s, man. So tell me this. You mean tell me in the inauguration, that's your first time in life being able to finally make the decision that was best for you? You late blooming. I decided that, man, when I was in my 20s. Man, I'm going to do what's best for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what's best for me. I decided that in my 20s. So we talking about somebody who just deciding this, just finally getting the gumption, getting the intestinal fortitude, getting the gall to do what's best for them. And not do what was perceived as the right thing to do. Come on, bruh. That is the slow development of women in the areas where it takes to be leaders. As a leader, as a person in a position of power, you have to do the tough things sometimes. You have to do the things that everybody hates because it's the right thing for you to do in your mind. You believe you're making the right decision and you want nobody to pull you off of it. That's a masculine thing. And that's why we develop that really young. It's very rare that a man goes through multiple situations with multiple women who all have the same characteristics and treat him badly and interact with him poorly. But a woman will do that thing, man, till she's 40. And then she'll finally realize. You got women out here in their 40s and 50s talking about they're healed. You got women in their 30s talking about they're healing. Why? Because they stay in situations that hurt them so bad for so long. So women develop late in those psychological strengths that men develop young. We're taught that we got to have them. They're taught that they don't need them. So I just want y'all to understand that when we hear these things, we got to remember that this is how it goes. Let's get back into this thing.
There hasn't been one moment in our marriage where I thought about quitting my man. And we've had some really hard times, so we have had a lot of fun times, a lot of adventures, and I have become a better person because of the man I'm married to.
Okay, don't make me cry now. Right at the beginning of the show.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Don't let me start tearing up now.
And
So-
welcome to IMO.
Welcome to IMO. Get you all teared up.
Being with him makes her a better person. Why? Because a woman is not complete until she serves the purpose that she was born to in a man's life. I said this earlier. A woman was put here to be a helpmeet. Until a woman has had the opportunity to be a helpmeet in a man's life, she's just floating around. She ain't figured herself out yet. She became a better person because she became complete. She can't be complete without a man's influence. So how can she lead without a man's influence? Why would we put somebody in a position of power who can't even reach their full purpose unless they connect with the right man and do the right things? See, I want y'all to understand something. That represents a phenomenal loyalty to her husband. You got to respect that. That represents a phenomenal level of loyalty to her husband. But a woman can only be loyal like that to one man or one thing at a time. If you have a woman who's pursuing a degree, she can't be loyal to a man. She can only be loyal to her degree. You have a woman that's pursuing a career, she can't be loyal to a man. She can only be loyal to her career. You have a woman that decides she won't be a mother, she can't be loyal to her career. She can only be loyal to being a mother. And when she goes back to her career, she can't be loyal to being a mother and be loyal to her career. A woman can only be loyal to one thing at a time. So if she's loyal to herself, she can't be loyal to you. She can't be loyal to God. That's why God speaks to us. God puts you in control of her spiritually instead of putting her in control of you spiritually. And if she can't lead you spiritually, how's she going to lead you any other way if everything is spiritual leadership? If we're going to follow ourselves spiritually, if we're going to follow our spiritual man, how you going to follow somebody and let somebody lead who can't even lead your spiritual man, because your spiritual man is direct connected to the Most High and the woman is under that? Women just want the position. You know what? Women view the presidency like they view marriage. The build up, when you're courting her and all of that, that's the beginning of her campaign. When she's planning the wedding, now she's lobbying and they're doing the rallies, and they're doing the debates and all of that. The wedding day is the day of the election. And then she wins. And then she goes to the honeymoon, which is the inauguration. Then after the inauguration, she's like, okay, what's the next thing? She don't even want the job no more. She don't even want the position no more. She's like, what's the next thing? Okay, now I think I want to do something else now. That's the exact same way it is, brothers. And so you spend the rest of your life trying to cater to the woman to give her the same excitement she had when she campaigned, and then she ran, and then she did the debates, and she did the rallies, she did all that, then she got inaugurated. And now you spend the rest of your life trying to give her the same thrill she got from her wedding day, and you never meet up to it. That's how women function. That's why they're always chasing something new. They always need more. They don't need more just for the sake of having more. They need more because once they're satisfied with something, their motivation and their excitement drops to the floor. Us, we hit that peak and we're at that peak and we stay there because we're looking for the next peak. We're like, oh, there it is right there. What do I need to do to get there? And then we elevate. Women, they hit that peak and then they go down to a valley. Doop. And they're looking for the next peak. And here's the problem with the peak. She'll never peak again from the same thing. That's why so many wives sleep around, because they're looking for that peak. They're looking for that novelty. They're looking for that we just met. They're looking for the excitement of dating. They're looking for all of those things. And you got to understand that that's how it is in every facet of life for women, dog. That's why women keep going back and getting more and more and more and more. Man, a woman will go back and get another degree, and then she'll go back and get a license that don't even increase her revenue. She just wants to have the license. You know what I mean? Women function like that. They need the excitement. That's why they always say, man, a relationship is boring now. You need to spice up the bedroom, you need to spice up the blah, blah, blah. You know, you got women, man, be telling my man, I just want you to give me flowers for nothing. Girl, I just met you. What the hell am I give you flowers for? That's something you do for your wife. They don't want to be the wife because the wife requires a commitment. Women have commitment problems, dog. They can only commit to one thing. Only commit to one thing. And so if a woman is led by her libido, then she committed to catering to that libido. If a woman is led by her career, that's all she focused on. If a woman is led by her marriage, that's all she focused on. That's it, man. They're looking for that. They're looking for the next big thing, man. And we all know this is, man. Like Q Tabby said, man, they thrill seekers. They just looking for the next big thing, man. Ain't nothing we could do about it. It is what it is. Man, that is. Listen, we're going to get tested off rip by the competing countries if a chick is in leadership of this country. Man, it's going to happen. Because you got to understand, man, America already don't get a whole lot of love internationally. You know what I'm saying? There are more countries that hate America than are love America. I can promise you that. We got way more enemies than we have allies out there. And so, man, you put a woman in leadership of this country? Come on, bruh. Nobody's going to care about coming at us in no kind of way because they already know. They already know If you could tap into a woman's emotions, you can get her to go for anything, man. They admit it. They complain about it all the time. Well, I love the man, and then he did this to me. Because once you tap into their emotions, man, they like silly putty, dog. All right, so let's get back into this thing, man.
Struggling is for single women, okay? Struggling is not for women that wake up next to men. Struggling is not for women that cook for men. Struggling is not for women that be helping men with their credit. Struggling is not for women who be helping men get their first passport, okay? Struggling is not for those types of women. Struggling is for single women who have not been touched in months, possibly even years. That's who struggling is for. A lot of y'all are struggling while being sexually active. No.
Man, man, you know what, man? Man, this got to be the dumbest shit I ever heard. Listen, if you got a man that you got to help get his credit right, and you got to help do this, and you got to help do that, you got to help do this, obviously the man ain't got no money. So how you ain't gonna struggle? How you ain't gonna struggle? And then she breaks it down to what it is. Some of y'all are struggling and y'all sexually active. Man, let me tell y'all something, brothers. And I say this, I show y'all this because these are the women that any female president is gonna have to cater to, because the majority of women are like this.
Struggling is for single women. You, baby, you are a civil servant.
You know what's crazy, man? A woman believe because she having sex with somebody, she not single. They really believe this. They really believe that because they're being intimate with someone, that means they're not single. She live in her own space. The man live in his own space. They don't share no bills. They don't do none of that. She believes that if she out here horning around, that means she got a man. And herein lies the problem. The delusional world that women live in, dog. They live in a world of delusion. And these type of posts, man, be getting thousands of likes and thousands of comments. Man, listen, dog. It's not what the women say. It's about how the women respond to it. So you take a post like this, man, and you look at it, man, this guy, 4,000 likes and 2,000 comments on it. And all the comments are in full support of it. I want y'all to understand what that says. It says that women are just anti-man. They're anti-man. They believe that they're so high that you should give them everything for nothing. You should just come out the gate and give them everything for nothing, because the majority of American black women just simply hate black men. The majority of Americanized black women hate black men. But here's the problem. They still need black men. You understand? They still need them. So a woman will be in a relationship with a man, and the relationship is toxic as hell, because the woman really don't even like the man. She just want a man. Or she just need a man. She don't want to be alone. And so she'll just do what she got to do. Let me tell y'all something too, man. This is why that whole body count thing matters so much, because the more body she has, the less likely she is to even need to be connected to anyone in any other way except physical. So she'll be giving you all she got. I'm not saying she's holding back. She'll be giving you all she has. All she has to give you is her body. And she'll still believe that because I'm giving you my all, you should be doing this and this and this and this. This is the world we live in. So how can you allow someone who's so delusional? And we don't know when this delusion and confusion going to pop up. Why would you put her in a position of leadership? That's why I'm not finna legally marry no woman. When you legally marry a woman, you put her in a position of leadership in your life, position of power. You understand me? I ain't going to do it, bro. I refuse. Sound crazy to me to even think about it.
In today, I mean, we're facing a time now, where people with power are trying to, quiet the voices of people they disagree with. They're trying to eliminate culture that isn't theirs. And I think now more than ever, it's a time when we have to fight
to remind ourselves that we matter, that we count. And I hope that the look reminds us all, not just women of color, but women in general, that there's power in our journey, in all of it, in how we look, how we show up in the world, what we say, what we do. All of it matters, and we gotta keep fighting for it.
There's that fight talk again. You got to keep fighting for what? What you got to keep fighting for? Man, let me tell you something. Women are full of it, dog. Because what you mean we're living in a time where they're starting to try to acquire peace? Why you think they killed Martin Luther King? Why you think they killed Malcolm X? Why you think the Black Panther Party got shut down? Why do you think all these things are happening? Why you think the Nation of Islam leadership got shifted the way it did? This has been happening. This isn't something new. So you got to just understand that the manipulation tactic is, let's separate young people from the knowledge of what's going on from historical data, right? Let's separate them from historical information. And then let's feed them that information as if it's current. Because all that was her feeding shit that's been going on for decades, centuries even, and feeding it out there like it's something that's public, like it's something that's present rather. Bro, that's been happening. It's been happening. It just was mostly happening to black folks. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. To hear that and hear somebody talking about, man, you still gotta fight and we still matter, and man, that time is gone. Like this whole supporting women and they movement and all that, man, support their movement for what? What are they fighting for? I be asking women that, what y'all fighting for? You can't be fighting for equal pay because you say you make more money than us. You can't be fighting for equal education. You say you're more educated than us. You can't be fighting. You said you got better credit, you got more money, you got better you more educated. You say you got all of these things. Like, what are we talking about? You say you get more counseling, so you're more emotionally and mentally stable. What are we talking about? Like, what is the fight for? If you're a black woman and you got all this shit more than the black man, what are you fighting for? Because I know you ain't fighting to have it more than the white man got it. That ain't gonna happen. Not in this country. The only way that's gonna happen in this country is if you stand behind us and we take it. You ain't gonna get it by yourself. So you have already overcome all of your obstacles and you still out here talking about you fighting. You know what you're fighting for? You're fighting to silence us. You're fighting to make sure that we support everything you want us to do, man. This is a battle for power. This is a battle for you and me as black men to finally be the ones that are oppressed like they believe they've been oppressed. But the problem is, black women ain't been no more oppressed than black men. We've been oppressed as a people. We ain't been oppressed separately. It ain't like, a law came out and said, okay, now, moving forward, you can't oppress no black men. You can only oppress black women. That shit ain't never happened. So the level of oppression we've been under, it's been the same thing. We've been oppressed as a people. We've been taken advantage of as a people. We've had to do extra to get the same thing as a people. So this whole fight and we got to keep fighting and all that, man. Nah, bro, I'm not finna do that. I'm not even paying no attention to that. That's foolishness. You understand me? Tomfoolery is what I like to call it, brothers. I'm gonna be honest with you. It just don't make sense. Yeah, man, look what Mansa Mook said. Been gonna tell me she used to see men in her family being providers without the women helping them get nothing. I told her, well, I'm not putting up no woman that ain't gonna find a way to help me. Man, that's it. It's about being a help me. If I get it on my own, I'm gonna spend it on my own. Man, that's it. I'm telling you, bro. There is a gap in women's understanding about what it takes to be successful. And that's why all these women out here who are saying that a man gonna do this for him and do that for him and do that for him, they ain't got no man. Because they really believe they don't have to contribute anything. They believe you owe them something. Well, baby, somebody owe you something, but it ain't me. I don't owe you shit. I don't owe you nothing. Somebody owe you something. I can't tell you that don't nobody owe you, but it ain't me. You You understand me? So if I'm already building and growing this thing into some generational wealth, how you just gonna come along and not do nothing? Not do nothing? I just owe you to come, man, bruh, it ain't even worth talking about or thinking about. Somebody requested that I do this piece of content about this topic, and so I'm doing it. But I could care less. I could care less what these women want, dog. Because if a woman don't fit into my life, I don't care what she want or what she think or what she about. It don't even matter. You know what I mean? It's not. It's such a small thing that, man, I don't even consider it. I don't care nothing about none of this. I don't care if a woman think I'm supposed to meet her and pay her bills and get her money. Bitch, I'm not finna pay your bills. Go find somebody who will. You gonna cut me off? You ain't never cut me on. What you mean? And the crazy thing is, if she like you, man, listen, if she like you, she's still gonna drop her drawers. She's still gonna do. She's still gonna give it up. Come on, bruh. They believe that if they give it up, then y'all in a relationship. And that's why I say, man, don't be intimate with a woman that you wouldn't consider for a relationship. Let me tell y'all something, bro. I know a bunch of men. All my partners married. I don't have no single partners. All my partners married. And you know one thing? All my partners got loyal wives. But you know their wives are not? Their wives are not the most beautiful women they've ever had. They've had more beautiful women. Now, I ain't saying their wives just, there's just dog butt. But their wives are not their most beautiful women ever. But their wives are loyal. Their wives are dedicated. Their wives believe that they are the best thing since sliced bread. You understand me? Let's get back into this thing. And if your woman don't feel that way, then you don't understand women, because you got a woman in a position she don't even deserve to be in, and probably stressing you the hell out too.
Control women, the first thing they do is go after our beauty.
Yes,
Yeah.
the way we look.
The way we
course.
look. And that's true across the board, across the political aisle. Women feeling like they have to show up in this one Barbie doll kind of image to afford being attacked. This happens to young actresses, young women on social media. It is the habit of the culture of the world to put women in their place by attacking their physical being.
Man, you know what's crazy, man? Now, here women are changing up everything about themselves, and they figure out a way to blame someone else. No, you want to fit into a certain look because you want to. Many women out here getting them BBLs because we demand it. Most of us don't even like BBLs. They don't even look good. Most of us do not like BBLs. Most of us do not like long, straight hair on a woman. Everything that they're wearing is the opposite of what we like. So how in the hell you showing up? Who's attacking you by the way you look? Who is? Who is? So when you talk about actresses and you talk about social media, you talk about, man, that shit don't happen in the real world, dog. The problem with women is they live online. All of their facts, all of their information, all of their news, and all of their views come from social media, dog. They don't even live in the real world. You understand me? When I tell you they don't live in the real world, dog, they don't live in the real world. And when you live in the real world and then you meet a woman who doesn't live in the real world, man, that shit is spooky, dog. It's spooky to be talking to a woman and realize, man, she don't even live in the real world. You probably live in the metaverse, man. Her days are spent absorbing information and dictation from social media. She don't even know what's going on in the real world. She just do whatever she got to do to make money. And then the rest of the time, man, she don't know what's going on in the real world. And I'm like, bruh, that's why I don't have conversation with them. That's why, man, when I get invited to panels, man, bro, I ain't never went to a panel. I've been invited to several panels. I'm not finna go to no panel, sit on a panel with no women talking crazy, dog. You can't pay me enough to do it. You know what I mean? You can't pay me enough to do it. If somebody said, man, hey, man, I'll give you 50 bands, you come on here and sit on that panel and go back and forth with these women, I'm turning it down. It ain't enough. I can't say there ain't a number, but 50 bands ain't it. I just ain't going. You know what I'm saying? Certain things, bro, I'm not finna compromise. And I'm not finna compromise the integrity of my manhood and masculinity by sitting on a panel, man, going back and forth with some women, man, to get all the information out social media, man. Or them bro who always throwing statistics at you. Boy, let me tell you something. The worst kind of woman in the world, a woman who ain't got nothing but always throwing stats at you. And listen, I ain't even out in the real world. I ain't even looking at what's going on out there, just throwing them stats. I be like, man, you throw two. If you throw 2 stats at me in a row, I'm done talking to you. I'm good. I go by the eye test, baby. So let's get back into this thing, man.
I don't think that God is this small entity that people are trying to make him or her or it, because he is spirit. Because we are of the mind of calling things, gender wise, because that's how we grew up. I'm just going to continue to say he. If he was going to be surprised by you, he wouldn't have created you. Because it's like, how do you think God is surprised just because you're surprised? And if he made all things, and if he created all things. God is a God of variety. God is a God of diversity. We wouldn't have a million genuses of flowers if he were not. I just believe that God entrusts us with his power to make the world a better place, to encourage and inspire, to uplift, never to put what we think on somebody else. If they want to know, they can,
Now that's famed Grammy Award winning gospel singer Yolanda Adams. And she is saying that God is not either male or female, while at the same time saying, if he made you, if he created all things. Bruh, women don't even respect God. They don't even respect God leadership. How you gonna let somebody lead you down that don't even respect God leadership? This woman just flipped the whole script. And there ain't nothing she's a Christian woman now, supposedly. There ain't nothing she's ever read in no Bible nowhere that didn't call God he. It didn't say she gave her only begotten son. It said he. So what we talking about, man? This is the world we live in, where women want power so much that they will go against God to get it. And what's the one entity that's going to go against God to get power? Satan, man. The modern woman is satanic. She doesn't worship God. She worships the opposite of God. Because God says, your husband shall rule over you. So she goes to the other side that says, no, you can rule over him. She goes to the side that said, wait a minute. Did God tell you can't eat from that tree right there? Nah, he's just lying to you because he know your eyes will be open like his. You'll know good. You'll know right from wrong, good from evil now. Go ahead and eat it. That's the side that woman is on. She's always been on that side. So no, I will never accept the leadership and guidance and power dynamic of a woman. Why? Because she's too prone to be manipulated by evil. She's too prone to fall weak to wickedness. She's too prone to do whatever she has to do to get what she wants. And she has already declared that I am her enemy. So why would I put myself in that situation ever, at any point? I wouldn't. And you shouldn't either. See, we got to stop letting this society tell us that it's our turn to be stepped on, that it's our turn to be weak, that it's our turn to be powerless. We're black men in America. We've been powerless. How is our turn to be powerless when we ain't had no power yet? We haven't figured out that we need to turn back to God to get our power. We've been weak the whole time. So what are we doing? The closest we've been to black power is this. We ain't had no black power. So what are we talking about? As black men, you got to stop aligning yourself with the dominant male in this society and act like you've been enjoying the fruits of his labor like he has, or you've been enjoying the fruits of your labor. You haven't. He been enjoying the fruits of your labor and the fruits of his labor. You ain't take no part in that. You ain't got no generational wealth. Man, let me tell y'all something right now. I'm going to give y'all a stat right now. I want y'all to think about something. Here's what I want y'all to understand. As of April 2025, the United States has 902 billionaires. Of course, the most invented country in the world. And the combined wealth of the 902 U.S. billionaires is over $5.7 trillion. That's 902, right? Out of that 902, there are 14 Black American billionaires out of 902. After all this time in this country, there's 14. Their combined net worth is $96.2 billion versus $5.74 trillion. So let's not sit here and talk like you and I as Black men have to be a part of this mindset where, you know, it's time for them to be in power. Hell, we ain't been in power yet. That's why when I hear fool like Charlamagne and Dame Dash talking about, well, you know, it's time for the Black woman to be in power. Nigga, it's time for the Black man to be in power first. How you just gonna skip us? How you gonna be a Black man and skip yourself? How you gonna be a Black man and say, my daddy don't need no power, let me get it to my mama first? It don't make sense, brothers. We have to remember as Black men that we are in our own box. We're in our own box. We've been the most oppressed, we've been the most neglected, we've been the most disrespected. That's why it's so great when you see a Black man who has attained a level of success, man. Because you think about the things he had to go through, the same thing you had to go through that might have held you back. The same thing you seen other people go through that might have held them back. The same thing you're going through now that seems like they're going to hold you back, but you ain't going to give up because you believe because he achieved that you can achieve the same thing. So let's stop acting like we owe Black women something. We still old shit. We got to get something for ourselves first. What are we doing? We haven't even done it for us yet. If we do it for us, we can share it with them. But how we going to just skip ourselves and say, we ain't going to do it for us. Let's just do it for them. We already got everything. We ain't got nothing. And I'm going to do one more thing for you. I'm going to do one more thing for you. We got to understand this. And not all of those billionaires on that Black billionaire list are men. Even that would be different. Even that would be different. Out of that list of, I'm going to tell you right now. Y'all hold up. Out of that list of 14, 6 of those, almost half, are women. Out of those 14 Black billionaires in America, 6 of them are women. So let's be realistic. What are we talking about here? We're playing games and we're being trapped in the semantics where we're being grouped in with all the other men here. But see, they only want to do that when it benefits them. But when it come down to things that they want to say bad about us, well, y'all at the bottom of the barrel, y'all got the least amount of money, y'all the most incarcerated, y'all the least educated. Well, hold on, if we the least all of that, how in the hell we grouped in with them? Because, brothers, I'm telling you, in America, the black woman believes that she should be in a position of power to oppress the black man. Even the ones who ain't got nothing. There's women who ain't got nothing and believe that the only way a man should be able to deal with them if he pay them, pay their bills, give them money, put them on easy street. They're not in the mindset where they want to be helpful and beneficial to whatever you got going on. They don't care about that. You understand me? And I want y'all to understand something. In this society, when it comes to fighting for things and battling for things and trying to win, our women are not with us. They're in their own group by themselves. So why in the hell would I, as a black man, ever vote anything or ever support anything that puts a black woman in power when I know her power in her mind represents her superiority and my inferiority, and she will want to enforce that ferociously because of what's been done to her by another group of men that she somehow groups me in with. It doesn't make sense, brothers. And so I'm telling y'all, let's not fall off into this trap and get caught up into these semantics, because that's all it is. It's just semantics. Let's finish up.
The guys, especially in Houston, child, I would literally tell a guy, like, you know, me being from the South, I'm all about Southern hospitality. I'm like, open my doors, buy me flowers, do this and do that. Like, emotionally be there for me for support. This man was like, I'd rather pay your bills and open your doors. Blocked.
Yeah, no,
because
I can do
bills
that.
Gonna get paid, baby. I ain't broke.
Like,
this ain't no broke. I mean, don't come up here broken shit. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Come up here and be able to take care of me, like, emotionally, things like that. Men suck in that way. Like, they don't know how to be there for me in that way. And Nick has showed me, like, this is actually possible. And what I was asking for was never too much. It was just the people I was asking it from.
Bro, man, that, I'm be honest with you, man. Man, that don't even look like hair on her head. Look at it, man. It don't even look like hair. And I just want you to think about the world we live in, where a woman believes that you're just supposed to show up and start doing shit for her like that. It don't even make sense, bruh. It doesn't make sense. This is not how God intended for the world to be. These women are not worthy of your time, effort, and energy. They supposed to be at home with their daddy. If they not home at their parents' house, man, when you meet them, if they not still living with their parents, that means they done been out here, been traipsing around, been in all these relationships, laying up with all these different men already. A woman who been out here laying up with all these different men already don't deserve nothing. She probably don't even deserve no wood. But I know some of y'all can't contain yourselves, so you gonna lay with her. But man, that if she gonna let you lay with her, you can't stay with her. A woman can't give up the goods and then demand the rest of the stuff. And I'm not telling you, she can't just start this with you. A woman can't have 3 babies by 3 men, then turn around and say, you got to wait. She gonna make you wait until y'all get married. She can, but you a fool if you do it. So here's a woman who says man can't be there for her emotionally. Hey, listen, if a man got to be there for you emotionally, baby, you broken. You should be emotionally whole. Me buying you flowers ain't me being there for you emotionally, unless you just need something to make you feel better because you feel so bad about yourself. Me opening your door, man, American black men are the biggest simps on the planet. Because we believe that we're supposed to cater to our women when they were put here to be helpmeets. So you got guys out here that are providing for their woman and doing all this other stuff. And man, bro, what are you getting? You getting the right to say, what? I don't even know what you're getting the right to say, because I don't even understand the logic in that shit, man. But this is what women believe. They believe that you should do whatever they want you to do. Now, on the same thing, you got the woman who says, you should pay my bills. If you ain't paying my bill, don't nothing else matter. Well, here's a woman say, don't worry about paying my bills. Do this for me. They want you to do whatever they want you to do because they believe they're in that type of position of power, dog.
I love that for you, Abigail. Period.
That's what they believe.
I'm not teaching no nigga how to be a boyfriend. I'm not asking for flowers. I'm not asking for dates. I'm not asking for shit. Because why the fuck I gotta tell you what to do to make me happy? You should already know how the fuck to make me happy. All that asking for shit is out. Like, all 2025, if you're not doing shit off the rip, you just gonna get cut off. I should not have to tell a nigga what to do. Straight up. Like, beat it. This generation is fried. I'm not teaching no nigga how to be a boyfriend. I'm not asking for flowers. I'm not asking for dates. I'm not asking for shit. Because why the fuck I gotta tell you what to do to make me happy? You should already know how the fuck to make me happy. All that asking for shit is out. Like, all 2025, if you're not doing shit off the rip, you just gonna get cut off. I should not have to tell a nigga what to do. Straight up. Like, beat it. This generation is fried.
Man, I'm going to tell you like this. When you listen to how potty her mouth is, when you look at that blonde wig she got on, when you look at them big ass lashes, and when you look at them long ass nails, she a 100% hood rat. You understand me? You got to stop looking at women for how they look physically. And she probably thick, but you got to stop looking at women for how they look physically, man. And you got to start judging women by their content of character. I'm telling you, brothers, until you start judging women by their content of character, you're going to be failing out here. When you hear this woman talking about, and that's why I played that clip twice. I just want y'all to hear how bad it was when you listen to it the second time. That woman, man, is not something that any man should be wanting. So when you hear a woman talking about, I'm not going to tell you how to make me happy, bro, I don't want to make you happy. If you ain't already happy, I can't make you happy. What's going to happen is this, dog. This is what y'all end up doing. You meet a woman like this who's unhappy. You do all this shit to make her happy, and it's temporary. It don't make her happy, but it give her a temporary thrill. It give her temporary relief from her unhappiness. That's what y'all got to stop doing. You got to stop giving women temporary relief from their unhappiness. That's all it is. You give us some flowers, temporary relief from women be wanting flowers every day, dog, every week. Why in the fuck would you want flowers every day? You gotta be crazy as hell to want flowers every day. What is wrong with you? Why you hate yourself so much you gotta have flowers every day? You mean tell me you gotta get some from me every day? You need to go heal, baby. What's wrong with you? I'm telling you, bruh, we live in a world, in a society where women are miserable, and they all blame it on you for not making them not be miserable anymore, because you decide that you're going to deal with a miserable woman. You decide that you're going to deal with a broken woman. You decide you're going to deal with a woman who bitten off more than she can chew. If I meet you and you over your head in your bills, why the fuck I'm going to come into your life and fix that? Who led you into that? Let them get you out of it. And then when you get back on even kill, baby, then call me. But that's not going to happen, because women live in a world where they're misguided. And so their life is all over the place. The man she really wanted broke her heart. So now she wants you to come in there and fix it. I'm not doing it, dog. A woman got to put forth effort. She got to put forth major effort to be a part of my life, dog. Major effort. If she can't do that, man, I don't know what to tell her. I really don't, bro. Matter of fact, I do know what to tell her. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. That's what all I got to tell her. Well, I guess if you say so, I have to pack my things and go. That's all I can tell her, dog. Hit the road, baby. Slide, move on. I'm not finna play no game with these raggedy bras, man. They ain't up to par, dog. They ain't up to par at all. Let's get back into this thing, man.
I always want to debate online talking about why a female like to be independent. I'm not going to talk for nobody else, so I'm going to talk for myself. Me, personally, I like to be independent because I don't like asking for shit. I don't want to hear that fucking word no. I wish a nigga would tell me no. So I'm going to get it on my own, how I want it, when I want it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear no excuses when it comes to anything. I don't like nobody throwing shit in my fucking face. Oh, yeah, I did this for you when you needed this and that. No. I did that shit for me. I did it for myself, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with a nigga doing something for you either. Me personally, I'm not asking no nigga for shit. Every nigga I've been with or fuck with, no, I do shit on my own. Now, if you want to do that shit out of the kindness of your heart on your own without me having to say anything, that's a plus. That's a plus. But me, personally, nothing's coming out of my mouth so I'm asking me for a motherfucking thing. I'm not doing that shit. My family know that shit. My friends know that shit. All the niggas I fuck with know that shit. To the point.
Hey, man, listen, bro. The toxicity you hear coming from her mouth come from all the dudes that she messed with. You hear her keep mentioning all the dudes she messed with. You know what I'm saying? All the dudes she messed with. This is where the toxicity comes from. And when I'm gonna be honest with you, man, she deserves it. Look, she listen, bro. She deserved 40 thrashes for them lashes, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. But just when you look at all the makeup and you look at you look at the hair, you look at the makeup, you look at the eyes, you look at all of that, man. Man, these women don't even love themselves, bro. When you look at this and you got to cover all your shit up to look like this is self-hate, man. And I'm going to be honest with you, bro. The toxicity that's coming out of her mouth, man, it ain't no way a woman will ever be able to come around me, man, using this kind of language, bro.
Where my mother hate the fact that I tell her no with shit. Like, she be like, oh, you want me to buy you this? Oh, I can do this for you. I be like, no, I got it. She hates that with a passion. Like, it's nothing wrong with somebody doing something for you. It don't matter what it is. It don't gotta be a materialistic thing. It don't gotta be somebody buying you something. It can just be any fucking thing. I like to be independent because I don't want to hear no from no fucking body.
And you know the crazy thing is, man, she'll go to work and ask can she be off, and they'll say no. And she'll be like, okay, and go to work. I want y'all to understand something, dog. Think of the delusion of somebody that doesn't want to hear no. Like everything in life is going to be yes. But y'all remember Michelle Obama was saying earlier that, you know, sometimes it's a struggle in relationships, man. It's a struggle. These women aren't built to be in a relationship. And leadership and fellowship is a relationship. You understand? They keep talking about leadership. Well, if you don't have a proper relationship with your followers, then what are we talking about? They don't want you to be their follower. They want you to be their slave. They want you to be their maid. They want you to be their do-boy. They want you to be their butler. You understand me? Man, real talk, man. That kind of talk right there, man. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, if they really like you, they'll fake it. They'll fake it and act like they don't use profanity. And then you got to catch them talking to somebody else. You be like, who the hell? What the? But they'll fake it, man. If a woman really like you, dog, if she sees you as somebody who can change her life and she really like you, she'll make adjustments to all that shit. She'll tell every lie under the sun. She'll become the opposite of who she actually is if she think they're going to get you to believe in her, dog. That's why, man, I take my time with these bras. You got to take your time with these bras, man, because the truth of who they are eventually going to come out, man. But if you already lock yourself in with the bra before you realize that, that's why so many men be miserably married to these bras, because they lock them in before they even realize what they're dealing with, man. I tell you, man, if it ain't 5 years is the minimum time that a woman got to last in your life, man, before you wipe her ass up. I don't care who she is. She got to last 5 years, dog. Man, that's real, famo. It's a personality disorder, man. And then you see the other chick with the big long nails on, man. And this the thing, Peter. Hey, Guns, you can't really tell if she ain't got the baby hair because she got that thing around top of her head. She might have the baby hair too. Probably does. I bet you she got the baby hair. Man, let me tell y'all something, dog. For me, the number one sign that a woman is toxic if she got that fucking baby hair slicked down on her head, man. A woman got that baby hair on her head, dog, she is something to play with, not to stay with. I'm telling you. And she might be something to stay away from. That baby hair, man, number one thing, dog. Because that baby hair come automatically with lashes. It come automatic with it, bro. So, listen, man, some of these women are just a lost cause. They're a lost cause. And so you put a woman in a position of power, you put a woman in a position of leadership, she got to cater to those women who are lost cause. And if she want to keep their support, she got to do the type of shit that they like. And the type of thing they like, I don't know what to tell you, dog. I don't know what to tell you about it. All right, let's get back into it.
Y'all want to know something that I noticed throughout my 20s, especially over the course of the past couple of years, is that my life is so much better when I'm not involved with men, even a good one. Like, not to say that, well, I feel like it kind of pulls me off center. I'm a very ambitious woman, you know, and I'm not a male-centered woman at all. But when you are in a relationship with a man, you become emotionally entangled. You might become overstimulated. Your pattern change, your routine changes. Like, you become considerate of that person, their emotions, like, whenever you make decisions. And as a woman, I'm speaking for myself, like, I love hard. Like, I pour, I'm considerate, I nurture, like, and I try to be intentional with my time. So it just takes me off of my ball, you know, off my spot. So it's like, I don't know, when I'm not involved with a man, I'm making the most money. My business is thriving. I'm knocking through goals. Like, I'm the healthiest I've ever been. I look the best I ever look. Like, I'm just at peace. I'm sleeping the best. It's just joy, 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 joy. A man can make me happy. It has happened. You know, like I said, even with a good man, it's not like I'm dealing with no bum, because if you know me, bitch, I only fuck provider, so it ain't even that kind of party. But it's like, something about it just knocks me off center. So like I said, even with the good ones, they become someone that you have to support, motivate, understand. And these are not bad things at all. But I guess, like, when you're in a season of building and it's like establishing routine, I'm a person that loves their space and independence. And it's like, granted, like I said, I love me, man. I love dates, and I love spending time, and I love, like, building relationships. But I hate being knocked off my pivot. And just think about it. What's your life look like when you ain't with a man? And if it's shitty, you don't need to be with no man. You need to work on yourself. That's all I gotta say. And I'm noticing that when I'm not involved with a man, I'm the closest to God, because he becomes the only man in my life. The only man I need to focus on. I don't know, man. It might be quiet for niggas for a while.
First of all, man, let me say this. If you need a woman to support, motivate, and understand you, you need to work on yourself. You need to go on a vow to Nazarite or something. You need to separate. Separation is the elevation you need. Secondly, the average woman like this is dealing with a dude who ain't even figured out what his life is yet. So that's why they complain about having to support somebody and having to, pour into somebody. Man, let me tell you something. I don't want no bra pouring into me. Whatever the hell you pouring, don't you pour that shit in me. Don't you do it. I ain't playing with you now. Tell me you got to pour into somebody. Let me catch you with a picture trying to pour something into me and watch what happens. We're going to have a problem. I don't care what it is. Call it what you want to call it. You can say the best thing since sliced bread. I don't like bread. You understand? You can tell me, man, you can tell me the best thing since the color TV. I don't watch TV. Don't you pour it into me. I don't want what you're pouring. Because what you got to understand, we hear a woman saying, man, she closer to God without a man. Man, women don't even know God. You're not closer to God without a man. It don't even make sense. You can't even connect to God without a man. That's why so many of y'all run up in the church all the time. That's why we ain't in there, because we ain't got to go through that man to connect to God. You do. The reality of the situation is this, bro. When you hear these women talking, brothers, I want y'all to understand. These women have already detached from their femininity. A woman is supposed to be off kilter when she's with a man because her focus goes from herself to her man. That's the real problem. These women don't want that. They want to be the man. They don't want to focus on the man. And so when you hear a woman talking like this, you just realize these are the type of women that a woman in power is going to have to cater to. These are going to be the ones that she's going to have to campaign to their desires and their wants. And that in itself is going to be something to make me say, oh, hell no, why I'm going to vote for that? I don't want that. Imagine a law passing that says a woman get the right to keep the kid, but at whatever point she decide that experiment failed and she want to send the kid to the dad got to take the kid or go to jail. Whenever she says it now, he don't get no time to prepare. You got 30 days to prepare. When the woman say, okay, now I don't want the kid no more, you get it. And you can't say, no, I don't want it. You got to say, yeah, okay, I'll take it. If you don't, you're going to prison. Imagine a law that passes that said you can't never divorce your woman, but she can divorce you whenever she get ready. And the divorce has got to be uncontested. Imagine that law passing. These are all the type of things that women believe they've been taken advantage of on. Imagine you get your woman pregnant. She can decide she want to have an abortion with or without your approval. And you got to pay for it or run the risk of going to jail. You think these ain't possible? These type of things women complain about all the time that men have an advantage in. Women don't want to be in a position of leadership. They want to be in a position of power so they can change whatever they want to change, bruh. And so when you hear these women talk, man, they're not worth even being in a relationship with. How the hell you gonna have one in power over you? We live in a crazy world out here, dog. When a woman said, when a woman says she in better shape, she in better health, that mean you let yourself completely go? That mean that when your emotions are tapped into, you let your man, she's emotionally unstable. She might be the most emotionally unstable woman I've ever heard speak. That's 100% emotional instability. You get in a relationship, you just let yourself go in all ways. Hey man, keep that away from me, dog. That's that Jezebel energy drain right there. All she can do is drain your energy, man. Let's get back into this thing, man.
Man has to like you 10 times more than you liking him, because then he's the prize. And a real woman ain't chasing no man. You're not sending good morning text first. No, baby, you calling me first.
Wait a minute.
You're checking for me first. You're making sure I got home safely.
In the initial, how you doing, getting to know you. But once we're in a relationship, I still got to do all of this.
I am going to be courted. I am going to be, first of all, I don't chase, I attract.
Man, I just want you to hear that woman say that if she leave your house, you got to make sure she got home safe. Bitch won't even send you a text and say she made it home safe. Bro, let me tell you something. Where y'all get these women from? And that look like an old broad right there. If she ain't old, she look old. That's an older broad right there. She about 40. How a 40-year-old woman or a 40 looking year, it's even worse if you look 40 and you ain't 40. If you're 27 but look 40, that's even worse. But how a 40-some-year-old woman, man, gonna be talking about she won't even tell you she got home safe? Many women are too scarred to even deal with, bro. I'm not dealing with no scarred-ass woman like that. She ain't worth it. If you're a man who got anything going for yourself, bro, you got to skip a woman like that. You got to skip her. Because even if you think she look good on the outside, she's so ugly on the inside, dog, you just got to avoid her. You got to absolutely avoid her, man. She ain't going to even call you and tell you. And you know what? If you make it to the house, I'm going to tell you before you leave. I'm saying, let me know when you make it to the house. If you don't do it, bitch, I just ain't going to talk to you no more. Obviously, you leaving my crib. I already blew your back out. Listen, I'm just trying to see what it hit like. So one time is fine with me. That was my mindset when I was out there like that, and I ain't never really been out there like that. I always been pretty picky about who I deal with, because we got to have a connection. But we got to have a strong connection. But even with that, so I ain't never had to deal with this type of shit. But if I did, then one time is fine with me. You ain't got to come back no more. But I mean, I'm not finna jump through no flame or hoop, no gasoline draws on for now, bro, man. That's why I tell y'all, man, too many boys out here jumping through hoop for these bras, man. And really, when you really boil down to it, man, most of these women are just so hurt that they just hate men. So most of these women ain't even got no man. You know what I'm saying? Man, Cheyenne Bryan ain't got no man. She ain't got no man. Sarah Fontenot, man, ain't got no man. She ain't got no man. These women ain't got no man, dog, because no man wants them. So you might have an African girl who end up with an Australian man, end up marrying her, but he 50 and she 20, and he out of shape. And I ain't saying they're wrong with 50 and 20. She grown, he out of shape and all of that right there, but he got money and he gonna spend money on her. And then they put that out there, and then they show that as an example of a black woman getting a man eventually. You know, man, bro, I don't care nothing about that. I'm trying to get you men to understand that that's what they should have to do. You know what I'm saying? They should have to go get a man they should have to get a man that they don't like because he's the best man that they can get. And they have to compromise all of those other things so they can get that. Because the man they want, the man they would want, would never deal with a woman with this attitude, with this mentality, this mindset, and with this much weave, makeup, and whiskers on her face. Let's get back into it.
I don't think anything is better than a marriage if you know, but I just let people know it is an everyday job. Been married 70 years, got married January the 20th, 1952. Have 18 grandchildren, 28 great-grands. How many children? 7. Well, you have to work together. And you have to be able to forgive and be truthful. You hear so many people say, I forgive you. No, but you got to be really. But you really got to really forgive. Don't just say to be saying it. You have to really say it to really mean, I forgive you, I'm sorry. That's and then it be 70 years. And keep on going.
And that is what I want to cap this with, man. And I want y'all to understand. These women aren't built like that. That man married that woman in 1952. None of us were alive in 1952. You know what I'm saying? That's how far you got to go back to get a woman who understands what loyalty is, man. Who understands how to be dedicated to one thing for the rest of her life. Who understand that it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be tough. And that's the one thing, like I told you earlier, I get that to Michelle. She dedicated to her husband like that. And I want y'all to understand that's the only thing a woman can ever be dedicated to for life. The only thing. Even her career, she get too fucking old to work in it at a certain point. You understand? The only thing a woman could ever be good at for life is being a wife. And these women don't even want to be a wife. They're not dedicated to that. They don't give a damn about being a wife. They don't want it. They don't need it. They're allergic to it. They're averse to it. They break out in hives when they think about being in that position in your life, man. So you got to understand one thing as a man. You have to ignore modern women. I mean, you have to ignore them. I'm not going to touch them. I'm not going to talk to them. I'm not going to be around them. I'm not going to have no conversation with them on a public platform. I'm not going to do it, brother. I'm not going to have a conversation with them behind closed doors. I'm allergic to the energy of modern women, and you are too, but you're convinced that you should be dealing with them. You're convinced that you should be talking to them. You're convinced that you should be the one to fix all the issues they got from all the shit they went through in their lives. You're convinced that you should be that. Why? Because you got a bunch of beta male simp manginas out here that tell you should, and you got a bunch of female feminists who are undercover because they're pandering to you, telling you that you should. I'm telling you, brother, don't do it. Don't do it, man.
Got the ring for it. Say I do.
Now that's Max B, man, French Montana partner, man, one who had odds with Jim Jones. That's him, man, fresh out of prison. And his old lady been holding him down. His non-black woman been holding him down while he was in the pen. He come out, he upgrade her ring. He rewarded for holding him down. Come out, upgrade her ring, put a big rock on her finger. Why? Because she held him down, she held the money down. And somebody might say, man, you don't know who she slept with. So what, man? Who did she hold you down? Is the money right? Did the money grow? And we don't know if she slept with nobody. Y'all just, niggas just assume the worst about everything because you ain't got you don't know how to decipher between a quality woman and a lowbrow woman. You don't know how to do it. Many men don't know how to do that. But if a woman hold you down, dog, and a lot of time, man, woman ain't gonna hold you down, bruh. A woman ain't gonna hold you down, man, you go do it big. She just ain't gonna do it. And she ain't gonna be able to fake it because when you get out, man, her life gonna be different. And so I say this, that's the only woman who deserves all the provision and protection he wouldn't be talking about, all these flowers and all that, man, bro. Let me tell you something, man. If a woman is a wife, she don't need no flowers because she got the ring and she got the companionship, she got the leadership, she got the guidance, and she got everything that comes with being married to a man who got his shit together. The scallywags who only sleep around are the ones who want flowers because they ain't getting nothing else. They want to be rewarded and afforded because their outlook on their own femininity is so distorted. They don't love it themselves. So they want you to prove you love it so they can feel like it's lovable. You understand me? You got to think about it, bruh. You have to be willing to only accept a woman who proves her loyalty to you. Until she proves her loyalty to you, she don't deserve nothing. She really don't. And I say, until she proves her loyalty, I don't want nothing from her. Because you link in with the wrong woman and that Jezebel spirit lock on to you, bruh, you in trouble. And I know guys be thinking, man, you giving women too much credit. This ain't got nothing to do with women, boy. This is about the spirit realm. And some of y'all too damn old not to understand that spirit realm dominates everything. You understand me? You got to be realistic about what you're seeing out here and realistic about your own experiences. And if you are, then you realize that the majority of women don't deserve to be in a position of leadership because they can't follow for shit. You understand me? All right, brothers, we're going to go and get ready to slide on out of here, man. Been an hour 42 minutes, man. Y'all know that long for me to be in here, man. Talking about doing a live stream on anything, man. Then we got to be back in here at 6, man. Y'all, hey, that 6 o'clock show, man, it's going to be phenomenal, man. Y'all be looking for that. This one right here, I'm going to leave it up until it goes live on the channel. And then I'm going to go ahead and move it to Patreon, man. So this thing will be gone before the day is over, man. We about to start moving these live streams over to Patreon the day we move them, the day we do them. So y'all go ahead and get what you can out of it, man. Then we're going to go ahead and move it on over. Look, I appreciate y'all being in the building, man. Famo, salute, man. Hey, all the GLG, man, I appreciate y'all being in the joint. All the, man, the chat, listen, man, this live chat be cold. If you listen and you ain't part of this live chat, man, you're doing yourself a disservice, man. This live chat be one of the ones. All right, man, look, y'all put God first, keep grinding and growing, my brothers. Peace.